Good morning, good afternoon, and of course, good evening, traders from across the globe. Thank you for tuning into my 2618th edition of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. Traders, we got some great stuff on the board. I can't wait to show you. Beginning of a week, well, we're getting towards the middle of a week, but it's been exciting and dynamic so far. And the Omni's got some things it wants to talk about tonight that I think will interest you greatly. Before we get started, please know the risks behind this game. Never trade without putting in protective stops. I don't care if you're trading crypto, S&P, I don't care if it's options. If you trade anything at all, put your stops in first. Live to fight another day if things go wrong. This video coming at you on a Tuesday night for trading, Wednesday, August 9th, 2023. Let's go take a look at what's on the board. So, traders, you've heard from me for, I don't know, the last 5 years. I have proven in video after video and mentioned to you there is a magical number in crude oil, and when crude gets to a specific number, it starts to make the stock market do something different. Does anybody remember what that number is? Anyone out there at TV land, what do you got? Oh, wait, am I hearing this correctly? Oh, listen. So are you telling me some of you actually listen to these videos? Imagine that. Hey, great participation. You win yourself an Omni shirt, sir. Thank you so much. That goes to you. Thank you. 77, right? How many times have you Omniacs out there heard me tell you when crude gets above 77, it's a problem for the stock market? Wait until you see what I'm going to show you in this video. Number one on the board, the high price of crude is killing our market's mood. I will show you exactly where the crossover comes in and why that's happening. Number two on the board is a lot like number one. The dollar going up plus crude oil going up. If that was an equation, that would mean it's a fundamentally driven market movement. It's fundamentally driven. It's not just traders buying because the chart looks good or because they want to be in crude. The price of crude, in fact, let me show you here. A little illustration of a teeter-totter, a seesaw out in the park, let's say. So you've got crude and you've got dollars. If dollars are going up because crude is priced in dollars, inherently the price of crude is supposed to feel pressure and come down a little bit. We've got a situation where dollars have been going up and crude has been going up with it. I am telling you, that's fundamental, kids. This is a move. Crude is above 77 and it's starting to hurt the stock market. I've got charts I want to illustrate for you in just a moment to show that to you. Number three on the board, OmniCamp on the road went really well. I was up in the mountains above New York City, Garrison, to be honest, Garrison, New York, up near Rockland, and we had a fantastic OmniCamp. So now my little apprehension on whether or not you would get the proper experience if I held OmniCamp in your town, well, I found out that I can deliver in your town or mine. So if you'd like for me to come out and do OmniCamp in your city, shoot me a text, shoot me a call, or go to www.omnibootcamp.com, fill out an application, tell me about yourself, and I'll see if I want to come and join you. So that's, traders, we've got, these charts are really telling right now with the 77 price in crude. So what I want to do next, without wasting any more time, let's get right to the chart segment. So, two things are going to happen here. One is usual, and I think you know what's coming next, people out there. Two is after that, I will show you some really cool charts to illustrate what's on this board and why this is so important right now. So traders, remember to keep your emotions out of trading. I've told you this so many times. How do you do that? Put your stops in first. And then say this to yourselves over and over again because I know it will help you. Are you ready out there? 1, 2, 3. Stops are in. Emotions are out. Rock and roll, kids. Now let's go look at some charts. Traders, crude oil, you've seen this chart in many videos. I've shown you this resistance line. When we hit it, comes back down, gets near it, came back down, hit it, came back down. Then the last time it got above, I did a video and said if you get 3 closes above this line, that's new and it will continue higher. All right, so that did happen, but there's a magic number on here. I want you to look at something. That 77 number I've been kind of presenting and showing traders around the world in crude that 77, when crude gets above, seems to hurt the stock market's price? Well, right here, at that level, right there, it gets above and opens above 77 for the first time, and it's on 725, right? So watch this, 725. Crude gets above 77, and we would like to know, is that number actually valid? Does it have a meaning? Stock market. Crude oil hits 77. Stock market is in this insane rally, never stops, going straight up inside this channel. Crude gets above 77, and the stock market puts its top in right there. Crude gets above 77 here. The top of the stock market is right there. A day later, and what do you get? Now we're getting downward channels. It is absolute proof that that number is real, it's realistic, and the street, not that they're using the exact number, but when crude gets above 77, the weight of crude and the weight it puts on the economy starts to weigh on the stock market. Proof right there. I mean, it's right before our eyes. It is what it is, right? No question there. NASDAQ. Now, you have seen this NASDAQ chart literally since the beginning of the year has been in this channel and stays inside of this channel. This is a weekly chart of the NASDAQ, just stays inside that channel. Well, we are outside of the channel since crude got above 77. First time this year. Let me blow it up. That's the exact same chart, exact same market, same channel, but look where we are. We're outside of the channel. It holds always. Pops out of the channel. Why? Crude's above 77. It actually works, kids. That's a magic number. Make sure that you're paying attention. Now look at this. Back to crude. All right, so we talked about crude. If it gets above 77, or if it gets above that red line and settles or closes for 3 days, it would continue higher, which it's done. But let's get a little closer. Look at what it's in. It's in a strong channel. And every time it hits that channel, you find buyers that come out of the woodwork. When it gets to the top of the channel, they tend to get out. So that's the pattern that we're in right now. And it doesn't look like it's going down anytime soon. And if that continues higher, our stock market will continue to go lower. Here is the dollar. Usually, if you've got crude going up, the dollar is probably heading down. A cheaper dollar makes crude oil more pricey, makes it more buoyant. In this case, you've got a dollar rallying and crude rallying at the same time. So remember that teeter-totter? It's supposed to look more like this. Crude should be down here while the dollar's rallying, but instead it's kind of on an even keel. They are rallying together. That means there's a fundamental, or lots of fundamental reasons why crude will continue to move higher and maybe put a little more pressure on the stock market. Traders, I wanted to show that to you. Make sure you come to my Live with Oscar live website. Join me in my free trading room. No credit cards are required, and I will see you there.